Hey guys, up Andrew, and we are back with another video. I am back home in Long Island. I graduated last weekend and went home, so everything went pretty good with that. I actually been playing a decent amount this second week being back, so I'm going to show you guys some of the clips I've gotten then and some clips from before, which I probably haven't shown yet. This is just a little escape. I don't usually see too many PKers at dark crabs, but when you do find one, you can almost always get away if it's just one guy. Like here I'm frozen, and I don't expect to log out. I just want to kind of delay some hits here while I wait the freeze timer, which you see right below with OS Buddy. And yeah, just kind of saving myself some hits here because the food is kind of limited. I switched to bringing, there's a 50 there. I switched to bringing 2 brews, which is kind of a mistake, I think. I think I should really bring 3 brews when I go fishing here. If there's enough people, they can kill you no matter what. Like if there's 4 or 5 people and they're going to teleblock you, they can pretty much kill you because if they go in the magic axe hut and kill all those axes, you're going to really have nowhere to go. You might be able to X-log or something and survive, but it's pretty tough. But one guy, I can make it here pretty easy. But you see he's hitting decent with some of the ballista hits and such, so I did almost kind of die here. The food was not even enough to get me to full HP, so a little bit scary there, but even if he has a lockpick, there's nothing he can do here, luckily. So out here at the dark crab fisheries again, I'm going to check the gate here. I was actually doing a PKing at Scorpio. I killed one guy, but he didn't have much on him, so I didn't bother saving the clip. And look at that one adventure inside. But the problem is, if I'm going to kill that guy, I need to have some specs. And I was at a Gmall specs, and I figured I have some extra money right now. Why don't I buy a pair of Dragon Claws? They're pretty cheap right now, and the spec is pretty deadly as far as rushing goes. They're really the best kind of rushing PKing weapon in the game, really. So yeah, making a little space on the bank. So I figured I see that guy in there. Let's go back and kill him. So I figured he would still be here because usually when people are fishing dark crabs, they tend to be in here for quite a long time. This might have been on one of the 2K worlds, I'm not quite sure. Sometimes people fish on them, which is kind of a bad idea. So let's go get him, and he's no longer here. So I don't know where he went, but now we're actually going to try something a little risky to find another guy. We're going to check the high risk world. Right now I'm already risking the Staff of Light if I die with Protect Item on. So if I went on the high risk world, I'd be risking over 70 mil with the claws included. Before I checked the high-risk world, though, I checked pretty much every other world that there might be people on here, aside from just going down the world list. If you're dark crab fishing here, you should really just pick a random world that has no significance, like pick like the last man standing world or something, because PKers are just going to check the worlds that are like the skill total worlds first, and a lot of them do have 2K total now. But anyway, let's go for it. High-risk world, there's almost always someone here. Let's peek the gate. One adventure. Okay, we got the Dragon Claws again. If I die, I lose around 70 mil here, but fuck it, no protect item. We're going to go for it. Just got to rush this guy real quick, and he doesn't even have the bulwark, which is really what you need here. Who knows if he's an Iron Man or something, but let's go for it. He tanked the first spec, got the prayer on time, we'll save the second one. Maybe he's AFK with auto retaliate. Well, actually, no, he wouldn't be because the prayer. But I'm not sure what happened here. He went back to fishing, and he's going to switch prayers again here, and watch this. He's not running, though. He could have ran earlier. We'll try to get another good spec in here. Get the piety on. Kind of a little misclick there. A little rust, but pretty good spec. That should take away a lot of his food. Looks like he's cooking stuff. So at this point, I started to get a little nervous. Like, why is he staying around and cooking food? Probably he was just trying to make food to make it to the gate on safely and, like, the lockpick area. But I figured maybe what he's trying to do is just stick around until he can call his PKR friends to tell him, hey, there's a guy risking claws here, bring like 5 people and kill this guy. Because again, even in this gear, if enough people come, I'm dead. So not going to take that risk, but you guys can let me know in the comments. Do you think that guy was just trying to make food to survive for himself? Or was he stalling to get some more people out here to try to get me for my Dragon Claws? So while I have the Dragon Claws, I figured let's do some rushing again. You guys know I made a rushing video a few months ago that went pretty well, actually. We actually got like a Darok set. We got some pretty good loot. So using the same gear again, this is an old gear picture, but it's exactly the same. The only difference is swapping the ZGS for the BGS now because the ZGS is a lot cheaper and it's just as powerful because you're just using it as the follow-up weapon. So in this rushing gear, I'm risking the Berserker Ring imbued and the God Sword as well. A lot of people risk a shit ton of stuff when they rush. I have no idea why they risk like tassets, like Fury Ornament Kit or something, or like a Torture Ornament Kit. I'm risking around 10 mil here, which is a pretty good risk, but I don't really see the need to bring like chest plate and tassets and stuff, and primordials for that little extra strength bonus, which is not going to make a huge difference, and you can die when rushing. So unfortunately, PvP is kind of dead in RuneScape. I don't really know why. I mean, it's really a big reason why the game came back, but I guess it's kind of devolved away from that since. But yeah, you can still find a few people trying to rush this guy, maybe catch him a little bit AFK. Not a very good second claw hit, and he did the right thing getting Prey melee up, although really when you're getting rushed, the best thing to do is just teleport, because that'll negate damage. It's the only thing in the game that really negates damage. I have a bad habit of my rushing days from like 2010 of sticking around after I rush people unsuccessfully, because most rushes are unsuccessful. If you can rush people 20 to 30% of the time and kill them at that rate, that's actually pretty good. Unless you're some crazy pure or something, maybe you can get a little bit higher than that. But yeah, I almost killed this guy a few times here. Just gotta be careful because he gets a crazy Darok Venge combo and I'm dead. And 10 mil would be pretty shitty to lose here. So gonna stay above 100 and 100 HP here, staying around 120, and he can't see that because it just looks like I have full HP and I'm drinking like a potion or something. So I'm pretty safe here. I could still die. I could hit like a 50, and then he could hit like a 60 and Avenge combo. It could happen, but I'll take that risk. But once it looks like I'm not going to kill him, I'm just going to dip out of there. Why take the risk? There's some max people fighting east of the G. Huge spec on this guy. But he prayed. Wow. He just killed me. That was a sick combo. He hit a 70 with AGS. Holy shit, I am dumb. How did I let that happen? So yeah, if you watch this clip, I make basically one big mistake. I'm too aggressive here. I really should have just teleported. This is not worth sticking around, but I can kill this guy with a Venge combo. This was late at night. I wasn't paying much attention, and you're going to see my HP go to 77 in a second here, and that is where I should have eat. So I got the Ring of Recoil. Watch my mouse on the bottom right. It goes right near the Manta Ray, which would have saved me. It goes right near it. It doesn't eat it, and it's too late now. I'm dead. So a very nice timing and combo by that guy. Pretty lucky to hit a 70 in that situation, in that gear, but that can happen, and that is a risk I'm going to take. 10 mil loss there, which is pretty shitty, to be honest, but, it's not the end of the world. It's not worth going staking and getting cleaned over or anything. 10 mil, it's a lot of money, but again, it's not the end of the world. I don't risk anything stupid when I'm rushing. It's a pretty good risk to bring. It's a pretty good idea to bring a Berserker Ring and a God Sword. Nothing really more than that you need. But yeah, it does suck to lose those items, but I had it coming. So before we end, I just want to weigh in on the upcoming closure of RuneScape Classic. I'm sure most of you guys have heard this by now, but in case you haven't, RuneScape Classic will close on, I think it's August 3rd at like 1 p.m. I'm not sure, that's just purely off memory, but it's not going to close right away. It's going to close, toward the end of the summer. I think it's kind of a shame, although I don't have much of a personal connection to RuneScape Classic. I do think it kind of serves as a cool, relic of what RuneScape used to be. And I'm in Varrock right now in this clip, and you could see how Varrock used to look like 15 years ago. It's really quite amazing. And if you ever want to see how things look like back then, it's fun to just walk around RuneScape Classic and explore. Wow, this is what Lumbridge, this is what Falador used to look like back then. All those little areas that are so unrecognizable now. Even in 2007 Scape, they look a lot different than what they did in RuneScape Classic. So, and pre-OC, it looks like a different game, or in rather RS3. But yeah, it's a shame. The main reason they're saying is that the bugs in the game are not fixable, and they're kind of game-breaking in some instances. I asked Furywall in the clan chat, who plays a decent amount. I actually have a Santa hat in RuneScape Classic, if you can believe that. I think I paid 5 mil. Maybe RS, well, would have been RS2 at the time GP, but now RS3 GP for this, just to trade it over. And now I probably should have swapped it over because it's too late now, because the game's closing. So why would you want a Santa hat in a game that's not going to exist anymore? But anyway, yeah, he said that the bugs in RuneScape Classic include these three. You can't use the crystal chest, the one you use the crystal key on, that's kind of broken, and I guess that's kind of bad because that's, a source of Dragonstone stuff, which I think is still a thing in RuneScape Classic. Another bug is that you can't attack a lot of NPCs in World 3, which is kind of weird. I don't know why that is. Maybe that's some sort of server issue. Sometimes when you log in, you can't... Sometimes when you log in, you get XP in every skill, like just a few XP, like 2 or 3, which I guess runes defense pures and such, or 1 defense pures. And the other thing you mentioned was that some of the beds in World 3 are unusable, which you need for fatigue, I guess. That's kind of strange. I actually have a kitten here, too. You can get a kitten, but it doesn't follow you around, not like summoning. The question to me, though, is because of these game-breaking bugs, is it really worth shutting the game down? I mean, there are some people who still do play it, and it's cool to pop on every once in a while just to walk around at least. I think they're mainly shutting it down for server costs, which I think is kind of a stupid reason. I know they didn't say that, but that's my guess. I mean, what's the harm in having a buggy RuneScape Classic still up? So I don't think they should be shut down, but it looks like they are going to. But I feel like they should at least offer a downloadable version of the game if they're going to shut it down, so it doesn't really truly die. I feel like that would be really nice if they did that, but that's never going to happen because they don't want people to know like how they code stuff and things, even though it's probably so outdated that it really has nothing to do with the normal 07 or RS3 at this point. It would be really cool if we had a downloadable version of the game, so maybe that can happen, but probably not, unfortunately. So RuneScape Classic is probably just going to cease to exist. I know there are private servers of the game, but I never really looked into those or I know much about them. Apparently they're actually pretty good though, which is interesting. So I guess people who like this game will have something to fall back on, but I guess for me it's gonna come to an end. Yeah, I don't know. It's really sad, and I wish it wouldn't shut down, but oh well, what are you going to do? It's kind of just a shame, though, that you're not going to be able to play the older version of RuneScape. So that's going to do it for the video today, guys. Let me know what you think about RuneScape Classic shutting down. Should they make a downloadable version or just leave the servers up? Do you think they're just being cheap and not wanting to pay the server costs, or do you think the bugs are really just kind of forcing them to shut it down? But yeah, anyway, that's going to do it for the video today, guys. I have some more stuff I wanted to show in this video, but this video is already getting up there in length, so it's just going to have to wait till next week, which isn't a bad thing. But as we just look at just more walking around RuneScape Classic here, that's going to do it for the video. Please join the clan chat if you would like to. The clan chat is Andrew AJT62, and the clan chat has still been pretty active, even though I didn't play for a few weeks there. It still seems to survive pretty well. Like, we usually have a scroll bar in good hours or even more than that, so that's good to see. That'll be up on screen. You can like the video if you enjoyed. I'd appreciate that. Subscribe if you haven't already. You can click the bell next to the sub button to get a notification whenever I upload, hopefully. I know I just saw H3's video the other day, and I know that some videos are not even appearing in sub boxes anymore deliberately, so the bell is really like all we have left to find my videos, hopefully. So yeah, I don't know what YouTube's doing with that, but I'm sure this video is going to get demonetized too, because that's always fun to deal with. Not that it's a big deal, but anyway, also you can follow me on Twitter down below. I'll follow you back if you play RS, and you can follow me down on Twitch down below, and you could support us on Patreon if you would really like. Also, don't forget to join the Discord down below. Even if you have a clan chat of your own, feel free to join the Discord. We got over 200 people in there posting like PVM and skilling stuff in there pretty much all the time. So yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys in there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great weekend, guys. You guys are the best, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon.